I'm Ashmita and welcome back to Food Garden. In today's video, I'll be teaching you how to make this delicious chili tofu. And we'll also be making this super easy fried rice. So in today's video, I'll be using tofu for my chili tofu. However, you can go ahead and substitute the tofu for cauliflower or any type of meat. Chicken works well for this too. The sauce is exactly the same if you're choosing to substitute the tofu for another thing. So if you're interested, keep on watching!
So to start off, I'm going to be placing the cut tofu into the airtight container. So I like to cut the tofu into these smaller cube-sized pieces for this recipe. About this size. To the tofu, I'm going to be adding 1 tablespoon of vegetable oil. Then I'm going to be adding 1/2 teaspoon of cayenne pepper for a little bit of spice. Now this is what it should look like before we combine the ingredients. Using the container lid, I'm going to close the container and then shake the container to combine the ingredients. This is what it should look like. Then I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of cornstarch. Then I'm going to take the same lid and close the container and shake it once more. This is the finished tofu that I leave aside to marinate for a little bit. Now, using a bowl, I'm going to be putting in 1 tablespoon of sesame oil. Following that, I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of soy sauce. So I'm using dark soy sauce, but you can use light soy sauce or medium soy sauce. Just note that dark soy sauce is a little bit more salty. Now to this, I'm going to be adding 1 teaspoon of honey, agave, or corn syrup, whichever one you have at hand. Then I'm going to be adding 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder. To this, I'm going to be adding Sriracha to taste. So I like to add about 1/2 tablespoon. Next, I'm going to be adding 1/2 tablespoon of cornstarch, but I'm going to go ahead and make a slurry with this by adding a little bit of water and then putting that into our mixture. This is what it should look like. To this, I'm going to be adding 1 cube of vegetable broth. So this is the vegetable broth brand that I like to use. It's called Aurora. So I place that into the bowl, and then I add 1½ cup of boiled water to the bowl to dilute that vegetable broth cube. This is what it should look like. Now using a spoon, I mix the ingredients and dissolve the vegetable cube. Time to cook! So I put a little bit of oil into my pan, and I put in some crushed garlic and ginger. And I stir that around until it's about golden brown. Then I add in our marinated tofu. I mix it around until it becomes crispy due to the cornstarch. So what we're really looking for here is just for the outside of the tofu to get that nice crispy layer, as you can see here. Next, I'm going to be adding in those combined ingredients that we put together before. And I'm just going to stir that around so it's all coated up with the tofu. Then I'm going to add in my crushed chilies. So I'm using a chili from my garden, and it's not really that spicy, which is why I'm adding a lot to this recipe, but you can add to your taste. Next, I'm going to be adding a little bit of pepper to taste. And then I'm making another cornstarch slurry, and I'm just adding that to my tofu. So what the cornstarch does is it actually combines the ingredients and also thickens the sauce. So as you can see here, it's a nice thick sauce. So normally I don't like my sauces to be very thick, so you can go ahead and add as much as you need to thicken that sauce to your taste. And this is what it should look like. Now I'm going to be adding a little bit of sesame seeds. Then I'm going to be adding in some chopped green onion. And this is the completed look. Now we're going to move on to making the fried rice. So again, I'm going to be heating up some oil in my pan. Next, I'm going to be adding in a little bit of crushed garlic. Then a little bit of green onion. And I'm going to let that simmer until it cooks down a little bit. To this, I'm going to be adding some frozen vegetables. So you can go ahead and cut vegetables that are fresh for this recipe as well. Next, I'm going to be adding in a little bit of pepper and a little bit of salt. Following this, I'm going to be adding in my rice. So I've already cooked this rice and let it dry to release any moisture, and I'm going to be doing this in 2 parts. Then I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of dark soy sauce. I'm going to mix that all together. Then another teaspoon of dark soy sauce. And then a little bit of green onions again. So the reason why I add the soy sauce in different parts is so that I can control how dark and how salty I want my fried rice to be. And this is the completed fried rice. So this is our completed meal with the chili tofu, the fried rice, and some steamed vegetables on the side. As always, the ingredients and steps are in the description box down below. If you're liking the video so far, please feel free to click the subscribe button down below. It's completely free. It helps support the channel. Thank you! By subscribing and turning on the bell icon, you'll be notified every time Food Garden posts, and you'll automatically be entered into any future giveaways.
There you have it. This is the completed chili tofu and the super easy fried rice. This plate is super warm and cozy, and it's better than takeout. So I decided to add these steamed vegetables to my meal. So it's super easy to steam vegetables. Just cut up your vegetables, put them in a steamer, or you can boil them in water if you really want, and put a little bit of salt and pepper, and there you go, steamed vegetables. Before I became vegetarian, every time me and my family would go to a Hakka restaurant, I would always order chili chicken. And then when I became vegetarian, I couldn't order chili chicken. So I decided to actually try and make it myself. And that's when I came up with this delicious chili tofu recipe. If you like this video and you're interested in seeing more videos from Food Garden, like, share, comment, and subscribe, and turn on your notification bell so that you're notified every time I post a new video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon.